Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, one half of the Dungeon Swag team, and we're back with the Monster Manual. Today we are on the Basilisk. This creature looks like a thick-bodied reptile with 8 legs, rows of bony spines from its back, and its eyes glow with an eerie, pale green incandescence. This is the Abyssal one. We're not going to build that because it's pretty gangster, and I'm not. So it's a size medium creature. It has a petrifying gaze, dark vision, and low light vision. It also it can remain motionless in caves and stuff for a long period of time, making it very difficult to spot. So I've got some parts out here, and I could drag out more, but you kind of get what's going on here. I'm going to use some reptile body and some reptile additional legs and some reptile head, and I'm going to make one of these. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this body. Well, let's see if it fits on our base first. I made a base in advance. Okay, yeah, I think it'll fit. It'll be a little snug. But we want the size medium base, so maybe a smaller body would have been a better choice, but we'll see. So I'm going to snip off these plates here. I'll leave those tail spikes, even though the cover art doesn't, not cover art, but the reference art doesn't have any spikes. I kind of like those. And since this is mine, I'm going to do it my way. So we're going to need some additional legs. So let's see what we got. We can take this guy's legs maybe. Can I cut him off with this? Let's get our snippers here. Let's get this. Alright, so we got 2 of his legs. Those are going to need some cleanup. That's okay. Let's take these legs off. Okay. So we're going to clean these up a little bit. That's okay. Get that on there somewhere. Maybe like that. Well, let's see how he sits on the base. It'll be snug, but it can be done. Let's get a little dab of glue and kind of get that in place for now. We might need to do some cutting and some whapping, but we'll see in a minute. Just kind of figure out how it's going to go, and then that front leg from that side is going to have to go on there. Something like that, probably. Let's flip them around. Let's snip this front leg a little clean. I'm not convinced I like that head, so we might have to whap that off too. See what heads we have. We got, that's about the same deal. I was thinking we were going to be stealing legs from that guy, but we didn't need to. Yeah. Let's try that. Get that snipped off flesh on the back. Something like that. Let's whap this dude's head off about right there. See how much playroom we have. Not much. Okay. So we're going to cut these little bit of flesh off there. Let's get a little bit of glizzu. Now, since we're making this for us, we can do it how we want. I'm going to twist his head a little bit to the side. So see how his tail kind of curves back? That'll just make him, I think, a little more interesting for a minute. And it looks like we're going to have a good hold on the base with that many legs for sure. So let's get a piece of cardboard, real quick, a little bit of glue. Let's get him on that base the best we can. Something like that. Some of his legs are sticking up a little bit. I think that's alright. I think it'll be okay. Alright, so let's assume he's on there sturdy for now. And let's start fixing some of these cracks back here. So there's a natural texture to this guy, right? So what I'm trying to do is to not destroy that. So I'm trying to follow the glue through the cracks going horizontal on his legs and the ones that go vertical on his torso. Okay. And then this one's a little wonky here. Clean that right up. Going vertical with his body on that part. Okay, and then across with the legs. Now let's clean up his neck area. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of getting glue, bringing that out, and then we'll come back and do some texture on that later. Alright, so we need some spikes for his back. And maybe the smart thing to do here would be to get, to not do spikes, but we do have these weird lines that we need to fix. So let's kind of get a little bit of glue, start working it back and forth across his back to kind of get rid of some of that pattern of those. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it around, going with the vertical pattern of his body, and add like a crust of scales, something like that. I'm gonna let that harden and dry, and then let's see if we want to make spikes or not. So it would probably take at least 10 or 16 spikes to be convincing if we're going the spike route. So let's try it and see what it does for us. That's 10 right there. I'm just setting these sticks off to the side to reuse them. And I'm going to get that and kind of start working that pattern back with the stripes. Well, let's hope these are soft enough that we can just, of course, Okay. Let's get 2 this time. Oh, almost lost one. I said let's get 2, but what I really meant was let's not get 2. Alright, so I'm going to switch to the gel super glue here for this, because I feel like it would just be a lot easier. I'm just going to follow that line back with the gel on both sides. Then I'm just going to stick 3 more in on each side. Okay. Something like that, maybe. I think that'll look alright. We do want to kind of get these on here a little better, so I'm just going to get some glue, some super glue, and run it down the spikes. And let that sit. Alright, let's come back and look at his head. And just kind of drag this around to get some of that texture back that we lost. Something like that. So spider webs here, get those picked up. So we got all the spider webs. Now that foot's sticking up a little wonky and I don't really like that. But do I feel like it's really worth fighting to bring it back down is the question. What we can try to do, or actually here's what we can do. We can just get a little glue. Use one of those toothpicks where you just cut the tip off kind of clean that out so it looks better. And these sides, they look all like they're all kind of connected. All right, so here we are. Not a hard one, not a long one. That's what she said. But let's get in here and make sure our cracks are how we want them. Because we don't want to lose any of the texture of the model, you know. I need a little piece of rag here. I got glue all over. Super glue all over my hot glue gun. That burns. Okay. All right. So there he is. That's our Basilisk. He's got a little problem here. We'll clean that right up. Just a little string. Looks pretty good. All right, so this has been Doom from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. I'm one half of the Dungeon Swag team. If you like what you see here, please hit like, subscribe, and share. Also, check out the links in the description. It takes you to our Discord and to the website where you can purchase amazing miniatures at a really discounted price. We also have a promotion code for first month buyers on our loot box for 25% off. And if you want to try our miniatures out to see if you like them, you can do that for absolutely free, no shipping or anything. We'll send you a miniature. It's random, but we'll pick something cool, I promise. So, see you in part 2. I'm going to base coat this and we'll come back and paint it. Thanks for watching.